Hi, I'm Ben and I've worked with Amy and Jesse on creating our media product, and this is the evaluation of each individual magazine. Ways in which our media products uses, develops or challenges conventions of real media products. Through our analysis of magazines using Prezi, we feel that our magazine's layout has been influenced by existing magazines. We have also developed our own articles and the group logo on existing magazines. And we challenge traditional magazines with each issue varying in colour from one another.
The way that my magazine has been influenced by existing magazines, such as this one, is that the masthead is similar to that, seeing as it is square and it is in the left-hand corner of the magazine cover. Also, that circle cell line has been influenced by that one, which is similar but different as well because it's got different things inside. The cell lines are in similar places, except for the main one, which has challenged this magazine because it is down rather than across. Also, there is a little picture of what's going to be in the magazine, unlike this one, which is just a main picture, which mine has also, but it's got that one as well.
When I made my magazine, I tried not to base it too much on existing magazines, as I wanted to have a unique style. The mastheads, however, are quite similar, as they're both quite blocky and they're both in the top left-hand corner. Both of the magazines have cell lines down the side, but mine has images, which this one doesn't. It has a skyline, however mine's more bigger and bolder than the other one, so it catches your attention more. Mine has a barcode, however, which this one doesn't, and it also tells you the price, which makes it better for the customers.
I have used conventional ideas from the Q magazine and my own magazine, first of all through the close-up image on the front covers and also through the masthead/logo that I've used in the top left-hand corner of each magazine. I have developed on the ideas from the Q magazine through my logos and also the barcode at the bottom of the page. I've just changed it slightly with the date and pricing. I have challenged the typical Q magazine through the use of a skyline at the top, which this magazine doesn't have, and also through the use of how I've displayed the logo as in a word instead of the conventional way of spreading it across the top of the page. Media institutions that would distribute our media product and why. Our magazine would be available in most mainstream stores like supermarkets, newsagents and online retailers. These are the main suppliers of magazines, so it makes sense for a magazine to be available in these places. We would also make it widely available on technology through the use of apps on tablets and phones due to the rising market in that area. Our media product represents certain social groups. Our magazine represents a large amount of people who are into new and current music trends. Each issue will have various features, all of which will be aimed at certain social groups. The magazines are primarily aimed at males compared to females, as we aim to attract more male readers.
My magazine represents a particular social group, mostly males, because of the colour scheme, which is green, which is mostly associated with males, but it could be females as well. The artists who are on the front cover are again associated with males. The article on my double page spread is written in a language that would relate to that social group. The free download inside, it relates to working middle class because they like getting free stuff.
I feel my magazine is aimed mostly at males because it's a blue background and that's more of a male colour. My double page spread article, I did more of a interview so that the questions could play more on other people and they can read the ones they like. I've done a win tickets because everyone loves winning free tickets, and the images are they're of males, so males will feel more comfortable reading it.
I feel that my media product represents the social groups of males through the mutual colours based on our audience research. and also through the choice of artists that I have on my front cover. And also the way I've written my article is based on a very more male audience, using some technical language but not words that they wouldn't know about. Audience for our media product. We wanted our magazine to be aimed at a wide market instead of heading into more niche markets where other magazines kind of dominate. We chose a genre, alternative music, because it has many different branches of music styles and similar demographic to that of Radio 1, which is 16 to 30. Ways in which we have addressed our audience. We've all made up an artist to fit with the genre and the audience that we intended the magazine to be aimed at from the start. The articles we have written in a way that our audience could relate to in a sense. As well as that, our colour schemes have been selected based on the audience research that we undertook during our research and planning stage before we started making the magazines.
I have made sure to address my audience of people aged 16 to 30 by using artists that the age would recognise, as well as the colour that would associate with them, as well as the male market as well.
The age range for my magazine is 16 to 30, and I feel that the artists I've used help that age range because I've got new artists and I've also got establishing artists. The background and logo colour are blue, which helps entice in more of the male readers, and the image helps find the male readers.
I feel that I have addressed my audience through the use of the front page colours being red and grey, because that's kind of what our audience research said. I've used artists that people of the ages 16 to 30 would easily recognise, as well as the working and middle class. I have included reviews for people who would buy music, which tends to be the age range of 16 to 30. Technologies we have learnt while using our media product. We've used a lot of Adobe Photoshop during the making of our magazines, and before that we did a lot of analysis using Prezi Online. Also, during the research and planning stage, we had to edit the videos that we filmed of audience research, and in order to do that we used Adobe Premiere as well as editing for this evaluation video. What we feel we have learnt from our progression in making our media product. We have done a lot of photoshopping in the process of making our magazine and have not had much experience with it. We have learnt how to improve our work as a team through constructive criticism and being able to work well with each other. I will now have Amy and Jessie come and join me to discuss what they feel they have progressed in. Jessie?
I feel like I have done a lot of good work on Photoshop, which I didn't do an awful lot of before, as well as using Adobe Premiere, which I was kind of rubbish at before, but now I feel like I've more experience and better at it.
Before making my media magazine, I'd never used Photoshop, so that was a big learning curve. And also Premiere, I'd never heard of Premiere or Prezi, so using both of them has helped me.
I haven't used any of the software before and I had to learn how to use all of it. I feel like I have been able to not master them, be able to use them to a certain extent. And I think as a team we were able to work with each other perfectly and gave each other criticism and ways to improve our work individually, and I think that's a good way to wrap up our evaluation.